I suck at sales, Amy. Like, I'm not good at it. I don't enjoy it. If I just simply, it doesn't matter how weird and ugly you are, if you just have a good conversation with 100 girls, one is bound to go out with you. You can't tell me, Amy, that if you talk to 100 business owners, that not one of them is gonna like, I do actually need your consulting. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
it's just not gonna happen.
I have a lot of knowledge base. I don't know how to get my customers. That's where I'm stuck.
How do we get paid for something we're good at? It sounds like because you're not getting sales, you're just going back and just building more and building more and building more, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We always default to what we're good at. So what have you tried to sell? Like, tell me about, like, what's been the attempts? What do the at-bats look like?
I have had a couple of my apps out there.
Okay.
And I have got 3 sales on one of those apps.
Okay. Tell me about that app, the one with 3 sales.
Okay, so that app is a coach architect app. It is for coaches or people wanting to coach, where very easily they can put in their topic and it structures it and it gives them an 8-week outline with daily outlines on what to do in their coaching business for that 8 weeks.
Okay. And how much did you sell it for?
$197.
2 apps. One, you sold $197 3 times, but that's it. It's over now. Is there those revenues? Now, what else? Tell me.
I think this is my problem is I get them made and then I get stuck on now how do I get them out there? I think part of it I'm realizing, because I really watched what you were doing yesterday, and I believe I'm not getting, it's my own fault. I'm not getting myself out there marketing myself.
Well, let me back up here a little bit before I come up with this deal. Like, besides the fact that you don't love what you do on the day to day, like, what's the bigger driver here? What's your big, like, man, I'm trying to overcome this, or I'm trying to push forward on that. Like, what's the purpose behind all this?
To get out of my W-2.
That's it.
The purpose is to be able to have more time with my grandchildren. And by doing that, I can get out of my W-2. That will free up time for my family to help other people. That's what I really is my driving force.
How old are the grandkids?
They range from 1.5 to 12, and there's 6 of them.
That's awesome. And so right now, you're 40 hours a week, you're locked in. You can't, like, so the goal here is how do you create more flexibility, but still be able to afford to take them to Disney World?
Absolutely.
One of the other things that we have with these AI, so there's 2 things with business, right? So one is like you're trying to offset value with money, right? You're trying to give as much value as humanly possible in exchange for dollar bills, right? Very basic concept, right? Mm-hmm. One of the things that I've seen with AI folks, I'm not saying it's you, okay? But one of the things I've seen is I get these folks that they spend 2 minutes building something online. I'm not saying this is you. And then they want to sell it for like a big amount of revenue, right? Or something long-term. And quite frankly, 99% of folks building things on AI. And when I say 99, maybe that's a low number. Maybe it's 99.5. You know that most people building stuff with AI are not making a lot of money, right? I don't like one-time products, especially cheap one-time products. Because even if you sold 10 197s a month, guess what you have to do next month?
Sell 10 or more.
And then the next month, you sell 10 more. And then lifetime access. So like, let's just say something happens and you shift gears in 3 months. Now you're going to get someone emailing you, hey, Miss Amy, I bought this for a lifetime. And 3 months later, it's out of date, or it doesn't work, or it doesn't it just gets you into like, it's no fun. Just so you know. Is there anything that you're working with right now that is more like, how do I help someone long-term, right? And I want you to hold that question, because while you're thinking about how can I serve someone long-term, now maybe that's a service, maybe that's a product, maybe that's a tool, but something like every month I need this, and it is constantly getting better, different, or adding value to me on an ongoing basis. Out of all of this stuff, like the app that you sold, which at this moment I don't even know what it is, but that's okay for now. The other app that you have, the consulting and teaching, the creative journals, out of all that, like, what do you believe is most exciting to you and adds the most value to others?
I have been making agents and I love doing that. And so now what I've started, there's two different things that I've started. I like doing social media. So I have been advertising that I will do social media for people. So that could be like a monthly recurring revenue, right? And then the other thing that I want to do is I want to like do an AI consult on businesses and evaluate their business and show them where AI could help them in their business. That's the first part of it. And then when I do that, I want to offer them the tools that would help, but I don't set anything up at this point. That's just their consultation. And then if they like that, then I can upsell to then either creating agents for them or installing systems into their business for them to help them. I would like have an interview with them for like 45 minutes to find out where all of their pain points are, where they're stuck, how their systems are running right now. Then I would come back and evaluate that myself and then write them up a detailed report. And then we would have another call to show them what the detailed report shows.
Okay. I like this, by the way. I really like this. I like it better than the 197 one-off tool. What do you think, if you had to bet on it, getting to 10 grand, would it be social media or would it be this AI consulting thing?
I think I could get to the AI. I think the AI consultant would take me there faster.
Okay.
And I think I would enjoy that more.
Okay. All right. Well, let's, and another factor there, not only is speed, is like in your atmosphere, in your world, in your social media world, you have just as many people, if not more, trying to learn from you on AI, and that would pay for your attention there, or would it be more on social?
I would say they would pay me for my AI.
All right. All right, good. Okay, let's just go with this then. All right. So going forward, you're the AI consultant. You teach people, like you'll build your own tools, but that's just for fun. And I would encourage you almost like, if you want to charge $197, if you want to give them away for free, that's irrelevant. Because the real goal is, you see what I built? Imagine what I can build for you.
Okay.
Right? Like just think about this. Okay, so the next thing that I want to think about here is I want to think about like the pricing model. Now, I have some very specific opinions on pricing models that have worked for us and others. And they're not like the norm. Like when you're a coach and you're trying to sell people into your coaching program, it's not what they say, right? This is like I think it's a better format, but like what it would be your pricing model for this AI consult thing? Like what would be the one day, and then how much would they pay you per month afterwards?
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. And since I haven't done it yet, I was thinking like maybe for my first two, $400 for the consult. And then if they want to build agents, I could like, between 2,500 to 5,000, depending on how many agents they needed, I could do that. I guess, it would just depend on like the tools that they needed implemented.
Okay. And that's a whole nother deal. So you've got the consult, which is like $400, where you're going to just tell them everything. You're going to give them ideas. Like they're going to be able to go do it themselves after that consult, right?
If they have the know-how, sure.
Yeah. And if they need you to build something, you could charge anywhere from $500 to $2,000 for like done for you stuff, right?
Exactly. Right.
However, if they join your mastermind, that's only, let's just say, what if that was $200 a month and you did, 2 open hour calls a day or a week, and they got 10% off of any of the services you need, or 20% off? Because here's the deal, right? If you have 50 people paying you $200 a month, that's 10,000. You don't have to sell anything the next month. You just need to retain your clients and keep them happy. Like, man, as a service person, because I'm not a big sales guy, as a service person, holy cow, I live for that world. So now we're going to go into time. This is really important. Okay, Amy, and you're going to be really good at systemizing this. That's never going to grow this business. So I want you to divide your time in a couple of categories. If you're working 20 hours a week, I want you to put 8 of them. That's like, give yourself 8 hours. Like, this is my product development time. Okay. Then I want to get yourself like, let's say 6 hours or 7 hours is going to be marketing time. I want to build my brand. I'm going to tell you what to do here in a second with that. Right. And then let's do 3 hours with sales And if I had a salesperson, what would I expect them to do right now?
Okay.
If I hired a salesperson and they spent their day or their time working on product, I would be very frustrated at them. I might fire them. So what would you do if you hired a salesperson? Make sense?
Yes.
Okay. And then we're going to do my favorite thing. And I will tell you, out of the 10 calls I have, 9 of them, I talk about this because everyone struggles with sales. Okay. First off, I want to ask you, on a scale from 1 to 10, be very honest and like a matter of fact with yourself. How good are you at sales?
1.
Good. All right. Perfect. We know where we're
Not
headed. I will be honest with you, and you may hear me or see me or whatever. Like, JC's probably pretty good. I suck at sales, Amy. Like, I'm not good at it. I don't enjoy it. If you ever are on an actual sales call with me, you'll be like, what is this guy doing? Like, I'm not good at sales, but I will tell you what I'm really good at it. And probably with your background, especially in the medical field, I'm really good at loving and serving people.
That's where I'm at. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you and me, we genuinely care about people. Like, quite frankly, if you came to me with a problem and I was like, it's $2,000 and you're like, I can't afford it, but I still need to solve it, I'll probably help you anyways, because I'm just like, it's just my nature. Okay. So I have built a model that's allowed us to grow and scale based on just that. Like, we don't really sell, we just serve. Okay. And so here's what we do. All right. So number one, you mentioned in the beginning, you have to post on Facebook more. Okay. So are you maxed out on friends on Facebook?
No, not yet. No.
Okay, so you're gonna do a couple of things a day.
1,600 or 1,700.
Oh, girl. Okay, we're gonna do this. All right. So every day, I want you to explore your world. All right. Ideal clients, ideally. So if there's a certain niche, if you want to work in your neighborhood, whatever it is. But every single day, I want you sending at least 5 friend requests, maybe 10. Okay. So this is part of your time. You're gonna book 30 minutes for 45 minutes every day. The next thing that I want you to do is I want you to make 6 posts per day. I schedule all 6 of them out in the morning. Okay. So
Yeah.
I'll post one right then. And then I just what I do is I'll write on my notes 6, 8, 10, 12, 2, and 4. And then, all right, just posting at 6 o'clock. And then I mark it out. And then I post at 2 o'clock, mark it out. And then so that's what I would do. Here's the deal. 80% of that should be about you, Amy.
About me.
5 out of 6. Nobody, you know how many AI experts there are in the world?
Yeah.
Billions. Do you know how many AI experts that are 55 years old that have 6 grandchildren ranging from 1.5 to 12 that are crushing the AI industry and that live you know how many in that category?
No. So can you give me an example of a post? Because I don't like being center of attention, and I feel like I need to get over this, because I feel like if I'm like, hi, I'm Amy and I'm 55 and I guess I don't even know where to start to.
Such a great point. Okay. I love this. I love this question. You're the first person that's asked me this in a couple of days. I'm like you. I grew up in Arkansas. My dad, look, keep your stuff to yourself. Nobody cares about your business, right? Like, that's just not. But the reality is that it's the best way to market, first and foremost. And I have so many goals for my family, you have for your family, that I want to set aside my ego to just do it. The second thing here is that actually the Facebook algorithm prevents from what you're talking about. It's impossible. If you're posting and you're like, man, some people, they don't want to see my stuff. Well, what happens if someone doesn't want to see your stuff? What do?
Scroll by, or if they're a troll, comment on it nasty.
No, let's assume the world's good. They just keep scrolling. Okay, if Facebook, when people just keep scrolling, what does Facebook do whenever people don't engage with certain posts?
Then they don't show those.
Exactly. And what happens if someone does want to see you? What do?
They
Click on it.
They click, they look, they engage, they they slow down. And then what does Facebook do?
And then they keep sending them more and more.
Hello? So you don't even have to worry about that, because if people don't want to see you, Facebook's going to stop showing it. And the people that do want to see you, guess what? They're going to keep seeing. So if you go to my Facebook, and then as far as what you post, right? I set myself 30 minutes. If I can do really great posts in 30 minutes, amazing. If I can't, I still post 6. All right, here's the next thing you're going to do. You ready?
Yep.
I want you to create what I call a hot list. Okay. It's a hot list. And I make this as simple as possible, because as an entrepreneur, I'm all over the place. I have a billion ideas. You're probably the same. You're going to make a new Google sheet and you're going to title it Hot List. All right. Hot List by Amy. Okay. You're going to make this sheet so simple, it's not even funny. Okay. Column number 1 is going to say name. Okay. Column 2 is going to say date added. Column 3 is going to say stage. So you're going to actually create a formula there. So you're going to have like a drop-down list. You know how to do that in Sheets?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So it's going to be like, new lead. Next is going to be like in contact, then interested, and then close won, close lost. Like super simple 5, okay? The next 2 columns are the most important. So the next column is next contact.
Okay.
And then the last column is going to be notes. Now let's go through these, right?
Okay.
Every day, Amy, you and I we're people. And the reality is that the more people we engage with, talk to, and love on, naturally, the more people will work with us. I go back to my college days. I tell this to everyone. If I just simply, it doesn't matter how weird and ugly you are, if you just have a good conversation with 100 girls, one is bound to go out with you. Like,
okay.
pity, like it'll happen, right? Like you can't tell me, Amy, that if you talk to 100 business owners, that not one of them is going to like, you know what? I do actually need your consulting. You know what I mean? Like it's just not going to happen. And so that's what our strategy is going to be. It's just going to be love on people. So here's the deal. Every day, Amy, you're going to find 5 people to add to this list. The goal here is to create a system of loving on, at some point, 500 people. The next one is the most important deal, which is next contact.
Okay.
The reason people don't sign up with us, not because they don't want to, it's because we don't have a consistent like relationship cadence, right? And so what we do here is if someone tells you, Amy, I'm not interested, that's awesome. That's so great. Do you mind if I just check in 6 months? Cool. 6 months later. It could be I just have a conversation with a business owner. I don't even pitch them, but I'm talking to them. We're talking about business. Yeah, I do AI. That's so awesome. That's so great what you're doing. And then I just put a note, follow up, and like 2 weeks from now, I'm going to check back in. 50% of those conversations are going to be like, are you interested in AI? Do you do AI? What are your AI solutions, right? Why? Because you build relationships with them and you're talking to them, it's naturally going to be that they're on Facebook looking at what you do. The last thing I want you to do on the next contact column, the date, like I'm going to follow up next week, next month, next quarter. I don't care what it is. I just have a plan. I guarantee you in the last year, you've talked to 5 people that were interested, or probably 50 people that were interested, and you just eventually stop following up because that's not going to happen anymore.
Okay.
What I want you to do is just do a format, a color format, so that if date equals before today, in other words, you passed the date, you were supposed to call yesterday and you didn't, it turns red. And I want you to do, if it's today, if that cell equals today, I want you to turn it dark green. Your entire job, and this will get you where you want to be in the next 5 or 6 months. I promise you. You post every day, and all you do is every day you're trying to find 5 people. What I do is throughout the day, I'll see Amy on Facebook and I'll just take a screenshot, or I'll see a conversation or a calendar. I'll take a screenshot, or throughout the day, I'm like thinking about my 5. And so the way the next morning, I just add 5 to the sheet, and I'll reach out today or reach out tomorrow, or, hey, I scheduled a meeting for them next week or whatever. Does that make sense?
Yes, that totally makes sense.
All you're doing, 5 people. In a month, you're going to have 100 people. In 5 months, you're going to have 500. Okay. And your whole life now is just, man, we do these consults. I charge, $400, but for you, I'm happy to do it. And your goal is to do consults and then bring them into the inner circle. And in the inner circle, you're doing some one-on-one projects, but really your goal is to just help them during your office hours solve the problem without paying you.
Okay. And then I'm getting paid because they're still in my mastermind.
There you go. Boom. Right. And the one-on-one time is still good. Like you can charge extra for that, but it's one-time revenue. And I don't want you to be in a deal where, you don't have the W-2, but by golly, if you don't sell, now you're negative 10,000 this month. Right. I want you to be in a position where it's like, I just love on my 50 people or 100 or whatever it ends up being.
Yes, I love this, JC. This has opened my eyes so much. I'm very bad at this. I mean, I know that because even like friends that'll text me, it's like, they have to text first. I'm always one of those sit back in the corner and watch, and I know everything that's going on, but I don't actually physically participate. So now I need to make myself physically participate.
I love all this. You're not bad at it. You're just not doing it. There's a difference. This isn't a bad or good. This is just like, just do it and boom, now you're good at it, right? Like, so the difference between someone that's good at reading and bad at reading is just reading. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yes. I guess I should word it different as I am good at it, but I don't make it my priority.
There you go.
Now it will be turned into my priority.
You don't have a system for it. And that's my goal is I want you a system. And again, like for me, even thinking about sales, like, I don't want to do sales, right? That's not our goal. Your goal is 500 people, relationships, and love on them. Like,
Right.
and even like before the call, like look at what they're doing on Facebook. Hey, I saw you posted this. Like, I built an AI tool in 20 minutes. I built an AI tool that can help with this. Anyway, I just want to shoot it over to you. How are you doing? And they're like, that's so cool. How did you do this? Well, I teach a ton of people how to do these things, but I saw yours and thought it was simple. And so I wanted to shoot it over. What? That's crazy. Yeah. Hey, by the way, let's catch up next week and have a call.